Brooks, thanks very much for your time and joining us here today as well. We've just spoken obviously to a couple of the guys and they've said what a great atmosphere it's been in the team room and being here in France. Perhaps your thoughts on the start to the week so far and your expectations?
Yeah, it's been fun. I mean, obviously, anytime you can get this group in one room and guys are telling stories, laughing, and having a good time, it always makes it enjoyable. We've only got Bryson and Tony, I think, the rookies, and I feel like this group's been together for a while with President's Cups and Ryder Cups, and it makes it that much more special. But no, looking forward to this week. This golf course is in great shape. It's going to be a tough test. You need to hit the fairways. The greens are pretty flat, so there's nothing hidden there, but it's definitely a first shot golf course.
Just talking about the golf course, I know you've played it previously, but this week, obviously, is it a different setup or anything that you remember that stuck out for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I remember everything. The golf course definitely doesn't play this hard as it does in the French Open. It's the rough's juicy. You miss just off the fairway, and everything seems to grow right into you. So it's hard to advance the ball, hard to get a good lie. Anything you can really advance to the green, but and then you miss it even further. You're in the fescue, and you can barely advance it there. So hitting fairways is a premium, and you kind of position yourself from there.
Perfect. All right, we're going to open up question one just in the middle.
Brooks, having played on 3 of these teams now and having won 3 majors since your last Ryder Cup, do you feel in the team room your role evolves a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's definitely a lot different than it was, the first Ryder Cup, being a rookie. Now I know how things go. I definitely feel like, not that my opinion really didn't matter in the first one, but it's definitely more important, but I'm more comfortable opening up now too. The first one you're a little bit shy. You don't want to say anything and kind of get off to the wrong start, but now I'm definitely more comfortable with the guys, especially the captains, vice captains, because it's been pretty much the same guys for the last few years. And you can definitely, voice my opinion, or who I think I should play with, or strategy or things like that, and it's definitely gotten a lot easier.
Just going to go Karen here, mic 1.
Brooks, how much can having played the 16th hole at the Phoenix Open, where you've won, help you for the scene that will greet you tomorrow on the first hole?
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I love it. I love it when you feel a little bit of nerves. It's I don't view it as nerves, though. I kind of view it as excitement, just ready to go. You kind of feel like you're a horse in the gate, getting ready to go. It's just kind of antsy. I wouldn't really call it nerves, but then once that first tee shot goes, man, you're ready to go. The excitement you have, you're fired up. You represent your country, playing for the rest of the team, and it's bigger than just me. You're playing for everybody else.
Just going to go mic 4, just over to the left here.
Brooks, 3 majors in, 15 months in terms of world golf. You're on top of the form charts in these massive, massive events. I think 1 or 2 European folk will probably be asking, how long can this hot streak last? So, how long can it last?
I don't see why it has to end. I keep doing what I'm doing. I don't see why it should stop. I feel like I'm playing really well. Tour Championship wasn't my best showing. Just had one bad day, and but I've been playing well, and I always seem to get up for the big events, and I shouldn't have a problem doing that this week.
Just mic 2 in the middle, please.
Brooks, who's had the best story so far in the team room?
It's more about laughing about stupid things we've done. Maybe not. I mean, you hear a lot of stories. There's a lot of golf stories or funny things we've done, but there's we've definitely, don't mind poking fun at each other. If somebody says something, that's not the brightest, you're not gonna get away with it, and it's always fun. Got to be able to take it too, and we've got a good mixture of that with guys.
What's been the highlight for you this week, whether on or off the course?
I think, what was it, 2 nights ago, we got away as a team, the girlfriends and wives, everybody. It was nice just to kind of sit around. We all sat around for probably like an hour or so. Anytime you get to do that with everybody, I mean, it doesn't happen that often, especially when you get, like last night, and you've got Tom Kite and, Michael Jordan was in there, Corey Pavin, guys, and they're just telling stories, and that's so cool. Michael was talking about how he'd always play, on the road and things like that against tough opponents or crowds that were always against him or whatever the case might be. And it's just funny hearing a different athlete's point of view or the way they would go about it, and then you can kind of take what you want from there.
Just going to go Mike 1, please, over here.
Brooks, you must have a few good stories of your own from travelling around Europe when you were competing on the European Tour. What's your best one, and do you think this feels less of an away match for you because of the experience that you've had in the European Tour?
Yeah, it's definitely different. Starting over here, where I kind of found my success, found my game, really kind of developed into the player person I am today by coming over here. So there's definitely, it's nice to be back over to play, and I've wanted to compete in a Ryder Cup overseas, and that's always been a goal. For the 2 years I played the Challenge Tour and European Tour, they weren't afraid to let me know it. So hopefully that can change this week. My best story from the Challenge Tour, European Tour? I mean, there's a lot of them. There's definitely some interesting ones. Getting lost in Kenya, being in a taxi, and I thought the guy was going to kill us. He took us on a joyride. A bunch of guys hopped out of a gas station, tried to get in the car. I even called my family to try to turn my location services on, to try to tell them where we were at. We went out. If we were supposed to go left, we went right and went into it wasn't the best part of town, I'll put it that way.
Just going to go Mike 3, please, in the middle. Just here.
Brooks, having played on team events the last 2 years, those were both at home. Do you have any expectation for just how different that environment is going to be out there for you specifically the next couple of days?
Yeah, I think it's obviously going to be a little different. I don't know what quite to expect. Obviously, you're going to hear a lot of, Europe chants and, cheering if you have bad shots, whatever. I enjoy that. I think that's so much fun. Like you said, it kind of reminds me of Phoenix a little bit, and that's probably one of my favorite tournaments on tour to play. And anytime the Ryder Cup truly feels like a sporting event. That you're football game, basketball game, whatever it is, it's loud. People aren't afraid to boo you, and that's fun. I like the atmosphere, and I kind of got a taste of that at Hazeltine, and it was the coolest experience, coolest thing I've ever done as far as playing golf that in an atmosphere like that. So hopefully this week can top it, with a win.
Okay, we're going to go Mike 2, just over to the right.
2 things. What did Michael Jordan tell you about winning on the road? And the second thing is, have you heard much about being player of the year in the team room? Do they kid you about it? Do you kid them?
Yeah, I heard about it yesterday. I didn't know. Actually, a buddy of mine that worked at Medalist texted me. Aaron, he texted me. I had no idea. No, we haven't talked about it, and I'm not going to bring it up to him. And then, what was the other one? Jordan. Oh, Jordan, yeah. He talked about how he didn't hear the crowd. It's kind of the same thing, and But I think also, too, I took that as he couldn't wait to shut him up. And the second he would go off, it was, you might hear a few boos, whatever it is, but the quieter they are, you're kind of laughing inside. You've done what you wanted to do, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Just mic one. Sorry, Karen at the front.
So we can't take for granted how many more teams Phil and Tiger will both grace. As a player and a teammate of theirs, does that make this week any extra special, or is there any motivation to, is that the motivation to try to win for them?
I wouldn't say it's motivation. I think everybody's just excited. I mean, I don't know anybody that isn't excited that Tiger's playing as well as he is. Feel like he's back. I think we all know he's been back for a while. It was only a matter of time before he was going to win, and that was a given. But it's nice to see him playing well and in good form coming here. He's a big part of our team, and I'm sure he's just as excited to be here. Missing the last one at President's Cup, and I think I'm excited. I'm excited for him. I know he's ready to go.
Just mic 3, please, just to the left.
Hey, Brooks, do you have any stories or memories of when you played the French Open here, struggling, trying to make a name for yourself and eventually do what you're doing now?
I don't have any interesting stories from when I was here last time. It was I actually stayed right by kind of where we're staying now. I remember going into town, going to the Palace, Versailles, checking it out, doing a couple like touristy things. I mean, I didn't know at the time. I was like going to be back here playing the Ryder Cup. I mean, you kind of hope for it, but you don't really know what's going to happen. And but it's a beautiful city. It was fun. It was fun to kind of walk around and enjoy the town. But as far as the golf goes, I mean, this is probably one of the best golf courses and exciting golf courses because it kind of reminds me of a major championship. There's a disaster around every corner. Every shot you got to be very focused, and I mean, you miss a fairway. Both guys miss a fairway, an alternate shot, and I mean, bogey could even win the hole. So you never know.
Just going to stay on mic 3 in the middle.
Brooks, how much do you think the course setup will neutralize your power game, or will you just continue to bash driver?
No, I'm not. I mean, this golf course, I don't think you can. There's a few holes you can hit driver on, but there's not many holes where it sets up. Like I'm even thinking 9, perfect example. I can't hit driver. I can still run through into the water if I hit driver. These fairways are a bit firm, so it's gonna. If you land in the fairway, it's gonna go another 20, 30 yards from where it lands, and there's quite a few dog legs. Or the hole doesn't dogleg, but the fairway angles. So you're going to run out even if you hit the fairway, and you can't be in the rough. You can't be. If you want to, I mean, there's maybe 5 or 6 holes where you've really got a good birdie chance if you hit the fairway. But if you hit the rough, I mean, you're just hoping to make par. And I feel like the importance on fairways here is definitely way more important than length.
Just time for a couple more questions. So Doug on mic 3, please.
What is Tiger like in the team room as a player compared with the vice captain? And from a wider view, you've got a couple of examples like that. Davis is a captain and now a vice, and Cooch and Zach, players and now vice captains. How is that different?
Well, I think he's taking probably more ice baths this week, considering he's playing. Then, riding around in the cart's a little easier on your body. But no, it's fun. Obviously you could look at him as a leader and kind of feed off him as he goes, and especially coming in off a win. We always, he talks strategy with me at the President's Cup and a little bit on the putting green and things like that. And then you look at this week, he's actually hitting shots. It's one thing to be on the sidelines and you get an idea. Well, it's obvious. Don't miss it left. Don't miss it right here. But when you're playing, you see shots. You might be able to see something different than what I see going into the hole or going into a different, certain pin location. Hey, it might be better to lay 20, 30 yards back here as opposed to getting it down in that area where you're looking, because it opens up certain part of the green or the miss is a little bit better. Things like that. I think there's definitely an advantage having them play.
Okay, we're just going to go Mike 1, please, in the middle.
Brooks, you guys played on Sunday in Atlanta to divide up $30 million in bonus cash. This week you only play for pride. For the person who's not a hardcore golf fan who might tune in this week to watch this event, how would you explain that to them?
Well, we're playing for the United States too. I think that's pretty simple. Yeah, there's no money, but there's definitely a lot of pride, egos, a lot of reputation and kind of, I guess, legacy too, a little bit. I think people always remember how many majors you've won, and you definitely don't forget when you lose a Ryder Cup. It's pretty simple. I think we all know it's been a while since we've won one. We've been told it a million times by you guys. We've read it by other people. Guys even on the team now have told us, and it's pretty simple. We need to win.
Last question, please, Mike 2, just to the right there.
Yeah, Brooks, we already talked about your background on the European Tour, the Challenge Tour, and your mind game with the major wins, the 3 in the last 15 months. In my opinion, you're one of the key players in the team and the perfect person for this situation. Is this something which makes you proud, and are you happy about this situation?
Yeah, I'm excited. I think anytime you can play an important role in winning a Ryder Cup, I think that's what everybody wants. Everybody wants, that winning putt to win the Ryder Cup or to win your match or whatever the case might be, even if it's on the sidelines cheering the guys on. I think that's you got to be a good teammate, and you got to be ready for anything this week. You don't know what's going to come at you, but I'm excited. I'm excited for the role, a little different role than I've had in the last one, and we're looking forward to it. I'm ready to get started.
Okay, thank you very much for your time, Brooks. Have a good
Thank you.
week.
Appreciate it.